So, the second episode of The Last of Us just dropped, and I know what you're thinking. Bread, who the fuck are you? Recently, I've gotten a few new subscribers. Number one, thank you for that. But yeah, I'm Bread. I run this channel. I make the stupid shorts that you probably follow me for. And today, I figured I would just talk about something that I absolutely love, which is video game content. In particular, it's the thing that I would love to do with my life. I want to talk about adaptations of video games in media. And the big one that's out right now is The Last of Us. As of recording this is the night of episode 2 of The Last of Us, and I thought about doing a video for episode 1, but I kind of just decided I want to roll both episodes 1 and 2 into one video. Mainly because I have been burned in the past by video game adaptations. The main culprit being Halo the TV series. Just an absolute shitstorm of a show. I don't even know what to say about it. That hasn't been said a million times by people on the internet. Number one, from a TV standpoint, it's just not good TV. It's bad when you can tell that the writers of a show have contempt for the original source material. It's even worse when they just actively ignore the source material. The Halo TV show does possibly one of the biggest game sins I've ever seen in my life, and they do it for no real reason. Episode 1, the first 45 minutes, I believe, is actually not bad TV. The CGI at points is a little bit iffy, but overall, I thought it was a pretty good intro. The last 5 minutes of the episode is where you can start to see the cracks forming in the foundation. Right before the cut to black, the Master Chief, the main character, the faceless main character, let me put that there in bold letters, faceless main character, takes his helmet off. Something that is never done in the games. And as of recording this, there has been give me 1 second. There's been 6 mainline games. There was also a 7th in Reach, which technically it's not 7th chronologically, but a 7th Halo game. There were 2 Halo Wars games, which is 8 and 9. And I'm pretty sure there was a couple of mobile games, which is 10 and 11. So 11 games where you do not see the Master Chief's face. And episode 1 of the show, they're like, you know what we should do, man? Let's say fuck you to the fans and let's take his helmet off. And I by no means want to hate on the actor who played the Master Chief. Again, I actually thought he did alright in that episode. But I don't think he was playing the Master Chief after that. But again, this is not a video about Halo. I'm getting too far into it. If you guys do want to see me talk about Halo and talk about how I would fix the Halo TV show, let me know down in the comments. That's a whole other can of worms I'm not even sure you guys want to hear about. What you guys are here for in this video is The Last of Us. Episode 1 opened, and originally, when I was first watching it, I got nervous. And before I talk about the game, I want to say potential spoilers. I'm going to do my best not to spoil. But if I do spoil something, I apologize. Maybe click off now and go watch those episodes 1 and 2, before you watch this. Episode 1 opens with a couple of doctors on a 1960s talk show talking about pandemics. And the first one's talking about viral pandemics and bacterial pandemics, I think, and all different kinds of pandemics. And the other one, who is played by Jonathan from the Mummy series, talks about fungal infections and how, due to global temperatures rising, it is a potential that fungus could actually survive in humans. And at that point, we're fucked. And on first watching, in the moment, my petty ass was like, this isn't the games. This is not right. What are they doing? But then I thought about it, and I kind of realized that was kind of the perfect way to set the stage for this is not the games, but also this is an adaptation of them, and we're also adding our own flair to it. The rest of the episode does really well with encapsulating some of the best moments from the opener to the game, while also adding some twists to keep it fresh for players that have watched it and keep it fast-paced for the people that are coming to watch the show. If you've played the games, You'll know exactly what happens in episode 1. If you haven't watched the show, I'm not going to say what happens, but man, did it still fucking pack a punch. The acting is incredible. Pedro Pascal was phenomenal. And although I think that it might have been a better option to just beat for beat do what they did with the opening of the game, I actually really enjoyed the opening 20 to 30 minutes of the episode. And then there was something on top of the episode that I also really enjoyed. After the credits and after the trailer for the next week's episode, they decided to put in a little bit of behind the scenes on the show. And something that I think is absolutely fucking cool is that the producer for the show is constantly talking about how the games are the focus. The games were the things that they kept going back to keep the show grounded. And it's something that they do after episode 2 as well, where they're talking about design of some of the zombies and the clickers in particular, and how they had drawn up this concept art and they wanted to add their own flair. But after a few drafts of them, they ended up going back to the game designs because they were just the best there were. And I think that really shows the love and the dedication that's going into this show, which is why I want to make this video. I didn't want to make one about Halo because I didn't want to be overly negative about material that I really, really enjoy. Halo as a series is still one of my favorite series of all time, and I do not classify the show as Halo anymore. So, going on to episode 2, again, fantastic acting all around. The actress who plays Tess is fantastic. Bella Ramsey playing Ellie, I think that she is the perfect casting. I know that there's been a lot of negativity around her online with her casting, which I think is weird. I thought that she encapsulated Ellie so well. At points, I was just like, wow, I feel like I'm just watching a cutscene, but with better graphics. And again, not to spoil anything, but the emotional moments in this show pack such an incredible punch. I cannot give the actors, the writers, the directors, the producers enough credit, and even the score. Oh my god, I haven't even talked about that. The score for this show is so true to the games. It just, everything meshes so well. And by the end of episode 2, they've done enough to explain certain aspects of the story that aren't explained in the games. And they've also given you more about each character that I am left after every episode being like, oh my god, I cannot wait for next Sunday. So, for episodes 1 and 2, I absolutely think they're worth watching. I can't speak for the rest of the show, but so far, compared to the other gaming adaptations that we've gotten in the past couple years, this might be the greatest one of them all. This might actually be the greatest gaming adaptation we've ever gotten. I think a close second might be The Witcher. I know a lot of people don't agree with me on this, but I think Tron Legacy is up there if we're technically counting game adaptations. But in the end, these are all my opinions about this stuff. I really do encourage you to go watch the show if you can, if you have an HBO Max subscription. If you have a friend that has a subscription, ask them to use their account. I highly recommend it. I don't think there's anything else for me to really say about the show right now without, spoiling anything. If you guys do want to see me do a more in-depth analysis of the show itself, let me know down in the comments. And thank you again to the recent subscribers, old subscribers, anyone watching this. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace. I think I kind of killed it.